Migration Series is a 5-movement work for jazz orchestra and symphonic orchestra. It was commissioned by Wynton Marsalis, the Jazz at Lincoln Center Orchestra, and the American Composers Orchestra. And Wynton had approached me about writing a work that would fuse the forces of the jazz band and the orchestra. My piece was inspired by Jacob Lawrence's epic work, The Migration Series, which consists of 60 paintings that he made during the period 1940 to 41. And his work is a reflection on the African-American migration from south to north during the early part of the 20th century. Lawrence didn't think of these as 60 individual paintings, but rather as a larger cycle, so that he painted shapes, colors, moods, atmospheres that return in the different paintings throughout the cycle. And I chose to think of my work as dealing with some of the larger themes rather than focused on individual paintings. There are themes of determination, of despair, of mystery, of hope. These are the kinds of larger themes that I tried to address in my piece. I think you can hear the influence of jazz, of course, the influence of blues, the influence of different kinds of periods of classical music, the influence of soul and hip hop, the influence of bluegrass music even at times. And I like to feel that it tells a kind of story about American music and about the different kind of collisions and contrasts and unities that exist in American music. My family also left Europe because of restrictive and repressive laws. And I think there are many Americans that feel the echoes of their own family struggles when they see Lawrence's Migration Series. And that's what makes the piece universal to me. In this recording, you'll hear the Juilliard Jazz Orchestra, ably led by James Burton, and they just put their heart and soul into learning this piece, which is a difficult piece, and to melding their sound with the sound of the orchestra. And of course, I appreciated their work and their energy, their focus in working on a piece like this, which was, I think, something different than anything they had done before. This kind of ensemble is not very common, to fuse the classical orchestra with a jazz orchestra. In this recording, you hear Ted Nash, who's one of the reed players, and Ted is just an incredible musician, and I was so lucky to have him play on this album. So grateful for his musicality. I've worked for more than 20 years with the Albany Symphony. It's an orchestra that's very, very close to my heart. Certainly poured my heart and my soul into these works. And I know that the musicians from the Albany Symphony and their fantastic conductor, David Allen Miller, did the same. So I'm very grateful to these musicians for all that they did to bring my music to life.